Hello Mon Petite and welcome back to another fashion video. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about capsule wardrobes because I feel like I have changed so much as a person over the last few years, and so much within my shopping habits, within what I want to add into my wardrobe and how I want to style those pieces, particularly for autumn. And nothing is more important to me now more than ever than having a really hard working wardrobe. A wardrobe filled with pieces that I can pair with loads of different items, that I can dress up and dress down, that is a real capsule collection of pieces that I can wear time and time again. And I'm getting so many questions about how to start a capsule wardrobe. So I wanted to do a little bit of a video about capsule wardrobe styling, creating that capsule wardrobe. And if I was to have to start again in my wardrobe, if God forbid anything happened to my dressing room and I lost all of my clothes, these are the 12 items that I would start again with, the 12 pieces that I would prioritize adding straight back into my wardrobe to create a really timeless, classic and curated capsule collection of pieces for autumn winter. So grab yourself a cup of tea, grab a snack, and let's jump straight into the video. If you're new around here, you've never met me before, and you've maybe just stumbled upon this video, then hi, my name is Ellie, and one of my favorite phrases when it comes to putting outfits together is basic but not boring. And that is the fundamental key to all of my autumn winter outfits. And I actually feel like that is the key to a capsule wardrobe, is having a wardrobe filled with basic pieces, filled with wardrobe staples that paired together are definitely not boring. So the first piece that I feel like is absolutely key in my autumn winter capsule wardrobe is a tee, whether that's black or white. You're probably going to learn very quickly that I'm quite a monochrome girly and quite like to stick to monochrome or neutral color palettes. I just feel like, again, in a capsule wardrobe it works so much better and means all of your pieces pair really well together. But I feel like a tee with a short sleeved, or like I'm wearing today, a long sleeved, is so key in your capsule wardrobe because it allows you to create so many more looks from it. It becomes a real base to a lot of outfits that you can add cardigans, shirts, knitwear over the top of, but still paired by itself just looks like a really cute outfit. So these tees are actually from Cezanne, and they are a little bit more pricey compared to your average high street tee, but when I tell you it is worth the investment, because I cannot tell you how many times I've washed this white tee. It has not gone grey, it is not miscoloured, it's not gone see-through, and it's times like this where I do feel like it's worth spending a little bit more money to ensure that the item is actually going to last in your wardrobe and stand the test of time. So the perfect layering piece, the perfect base item that makes up so many of my autumn winter outfits. A tee is the first thing I think I would add back into my capsule wardrobe, the thing that I would prioritize above anything else. Next up, there is a reason why a white shirt has never gone out of style for the last 40, 50 years. I feel like I have seen them in 90s, 80s, 70s fashion catalogues. A white tee is just such a staple in your autumn winter capsule wardrobe. They are probably one of the most versatile pieces. You can wear it with a pair of smart trousers into the office during the week. You can wear them with jeans at the weekend. You can dress them up or you can dress them down. It is going to be one of your most hard-working pieces in your autumn wardrobe, whether you go for white or something a little bit more colourful. I do love blue in summer, or something with a little bit more of an earthy tone in autumn winter. But in terms of the most versatile colour, my most reached for item, a white shirt I think is so key in your autumn winter capsule wardrobe. Next up, a cable knit. If you follow along for the vlogs or you follow me over on Instagram, then you will probably know that I live in my cable knits at this time of year. I just find them so comfortable. Again, I find them so versatile and easy to wear, and the perfect piece that I can actually wear during the day but still take with me into nighttime styling. For more of a casual look, I'll wear them with jeans, trousers, even into the office. You can style them up a little bit smarter, but in the evening, pair it with a slip skirt, a cute little pair of heels, and some more sparkly accessories, and you have more of an evening look. It is, again, one of the most versatile pieces in my wardrobe. There is nothing I love more than being able to be a Lizzie McGuire outfit repeater and wear these pieces time and time again. I've got two that I wanted to show you because you don't always have to go for the most timeless, the most classic, although I do have a soft spot for Ralph Lauren cable knits. I just find them the most timeless, the most classic, but you could go for something a little bit more modern and a little little bit more fun, I have this really gorgeous new Holland Cooper number. Just a little bit lighter weight and has a slightly different kind of cable knit design. I absolutely adore this, but still think that it warrants itself as being able to call itself a capsule wardrobe piece, because I know, despite having a little bit of a more modern touch, it's still so timeless and classic, and one of those items I'm going to get so much wear out throughout autumn winter. So cable knits are an absolute must in my capsule wardrobe. So we've done 3 tops, now let's do 3 bottoms, starting with a pair of tailored trousers. I feel like tailored trousers are one of those items that you cannot live without in your capsule wardrobe. Whether you want to go for something a little bit darker like black, or something like I'm wearing it today, these have become my favorite go-to trousers that I feel like just look a little bit more elevated than jeans, but it's still so comfortable, it's still so easy to style. Style-wise, actually, I prefer a wide leg, but it depends on your shape, it depends on your body type, it even depends on your height, what you prefer to go for. You could go for more of a boot cut, a tapered, or even a straight leg. Being a shorter girl, I just personally find that a wide leg is a little bit more flattering, really helps with that elongation through my body and just makes me look that little bit taller. But I feel like everybody needs a pair of tailored trousers, whether that's for workwear styling, elevated styling, to have in your autumn capsule wardrobe. Now, of course, I couldn't do a capsule wardrobe video without touching on denim, because everybody needs a pair of jeans in their capsule wardrobe. But when I was thinking about what would be the first pair of jeans that I would actually add into my capsule wardrobe, what I would prioritize over anything else in terms of style, fit, colorway, I would actually say a pair of dark wash indigo jeans would probably be the first pair of jeans that I would add into my capsule wardrobe, what I would prioritize over anything else. Now, this is actually a new pair of jeans from the Laura Whitmore collaboration she did with Love and Roses. They are the most beautiful pair of dark wash indigo wide leg jeans. Can you tell I have a little bit of a style and a shape that I find really suits me? But what I really like about these, what I find with a more darker wash denim, is they just look so much more elevated than a lot of the other jeans that I have in my collection. They look so much more elevated than my lighter wash denim. They look so much more elevated than my mum jeans, even my straight leg jeans. I feel like these are a pair of jeans that can take you from day to night. And that to me is the most important thing when planning a capsule wardrobe, is those pieces that you can style up for different occasions, that you can style up for different kind of dress codes and wear in different ways. I feel like with a pair of trainers, a cable knit, and just a casual coat thrown over the top, it is the perfect weekend daytime look. But add a pair of heeled boots, a cute little shirt, and some gorgeous jewelry, and you have more of an evening nighttime look. So in terms of versatility and those jeans that I think you're really going to be able to get your wear out of, a pair of dark wash blue denim, I just think you can't beat. And those of you that know me well will have been waiting for the slip skirt to make an appearance in this video. I am the self-proclaimed queen of the slip skirts. I absolutely adore slip skirts. Again, for daytime, evening, weekend, weekday styling, they are just one of the most versatile pieces in my wardrobe. And colorway, I couldn't quite decide between white and black. I find them both equally as elevating. I find them both equally as easy to style. I feel like a slip skirt is so trans-seasonal as well. So even though this is all about autumn winter, you can style a slip skirt in autumn, winter, spring, or summer. They are just such a staple piece and such an essential in my autumn winter capsule wardrobe. Let's move on to footwear, and one of my favorite footwear pieces in my autumn wardrobe is a pair of ballet flats. I feel like ballet flats made a bit of a resurgence maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't see them going anywhere. They have become such a staple in so many of our wardrobes and go with so many pieces. I've actually gotten to a point where I feel like ballet flats are probably the most reached for in my wardrobe, because I wear them during the day, I wear them when I'm going into London for meetings, I wear them in the evenings when I'm going out for dinner. I live in the New Forest, and so I don't really find heels are very appropriate, whereas ballet flats are so beautiful, they're so elevated, they're very evening appropriate, but still very practical for countryside living when you're heading out to your local pub. I've got 2 pairs of ballet flats here, which I absolutely adore. A pair of Holland Cooper. I do love these because they have that cap toe, which make them very versatile and a little bit more interesting. Or if you want to go super pared back and super timeless, a pair of plain black. These are from Suzanne and actually come in quite a few different colorways and quite a few variations now, which I am slowly adding into my collection. But I think a pair of ballet flats you just can't go wrong with are such a staple in your autumn winter capsule wardrobe. And of course, no capsule wardrobe is complete without a pair of trainers. Again, as a countryside gal, they're so practical, but also if you live in the city, you do a lot of walking. I feel like a pair of trainers are just such an essential. Now, one thing that I do want to really emphasize in this video is how price point doesn't always equate to having a really timeless and curated capsule wardrobe. It doesn't always necessarily equal better wear, better use, a better styling. I have two pairs of trainers that I wanted to show you here. One of which are a little bit more of an investment. They're a little bit more pricey from Holland Cooper, but the other pair I adore equally as much, has gotten so much wear out of, and were actually a high street purchase from H&M. So it doesn't mean that you always need to be spending the big bucks on all of your capsule wardrobe pieces, but instead just being a little bit more considered and making sure you're adding really timeless and classic pieces into your collection when building your capsule wardrobe. And the last footwear piece that I feel like is an absolute essential in every girl's autumn capsule wardrobe is a pair of loafers. Now, I actually only have one pair of loafers in my wardrobe that have become probably my most reached for shoe, my most wearable shoe this season, and I really want to grow my collection of loafers and add some more colorways, add some more variations into my wardrobe, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it consistently, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it sensibly, that I'm doing it slowly, and that I'm doing it really considered. I want to make sure that the loafers that I do add into my collection are just as wearable and just as beautiful as these. These are actually from Aldo. I love the colorway of them and the style. They're very Laura Piana inspired, which I really, really like because they emulate that luxurious vibe without that luxurious price tag. But loafers are great for office wear styling, they're great for weekend styling with trousers, with slip skirts, or with jeans. I feel like they just go with everything in my wardrobe and are such a comfortable yet elevated shoe to have in my capsule wardrobe. Now, when it comes to autumn winter dressing, I feel like there is one particular piece that is so important to get right, and that is your outerwear. Because let's be honest, when the weather starts to get a little bit colder, that is all anyone's actually going to be seeing on your outfit. And I couldn't not talk about trench coats. I feel like trench coats are probably one of the longest standing fashion pieces. As the name might suggest, they were actually invented during the First World War when the men wore them in the trenches. I think they probably became fashionable maybe in like the late 40s, but in literally every decade since, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, and now, they have become a fashion icon. They have become a style piece that just works in every girl's autumn capsule wardrobe. In fact, I would say they're also a spring capsule piece, which is what I really like about them. They just take over the transitional season. So I've got two here that I wanted to show you. You could go for something a little bit more timeless, a little bit more classic in the shape, in the style, and also in the brand. A Burberry trench is such a staple, but you definitely don't have to go designer. You don't have to go for Burberry. I've seen so many high street brands doing beautiful timeless trench coats. I'll leave a few linked down below, but I also really like this one. This is a little bit different actually. It's a little bit less structured and a little bit more modern in the design. I just love it when a trench coat has like a beautiful lining, because it means that when you walk and it opens, you just get that detail showing through, that real pop of pattern, which I absolutely adore. So this is the Clyde trench coat from Cézanne that I feel like has become quite an icon within Cézanne's outerwear pieces. They do a lot of different colorways, a lot of different patterns, and it's something that I actually found myself reaching for so much last autumn, maybe even more than my Burberry, I hate to admit. But a classic trench coat, you cannot have an autumn capsule wardrobe without one. And as much as I love those longer full-length jackets for autumn, I also feel like it's really important to have something basically on the complete other end. I love having a cropped jacket. I kind of have two for you to choose from, because I feel like it depends on your style, it depends on what works practically within your wardrobe, whether you would rather go for a cropped jacket or more of a blazer style. But I feel like something along these lines, something a little bit more elevated, that again can be dressed up for the evening or dressed down during the day, that works for the office but also works at the weekend. I absolutely adore having these in my wardrobe and find myself reaching for them quite a lot. So I couldn't really decide between a blazer or a cropped jacket, but I feel like having one or the other is such a key staple in my autumn winter capsule wardrobe, and something that I reach for time and time again, year after year. And lastly, when it comes to your autumn winter capsule wardrobe, it could not be complete without a handbag. I feel like your looks are not finished without that piece de resistance, the cherry on the cake of a beautiful autumn outfit. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought long and hard about what handbag to include in this video, what bag would be my #1 priority over any of the other bags that I have in my handbag collection. And I have fairly sizable collection. I have a lot of handbags that I feel stand the test of time, that I find are so beautiful, are so timeless, and I really get the wear out of. But when I thought about that one bag, if I could only have for my autumn capsule wardrobe, this did actually stand out to me as the workhorse in my collection. The bag that I actually feel like I've never found an occasion it doesn't work for. The Mulberry Mini Zipped Bayswater. I wear her during the day. I wear her in the evening. She works with casual outfits, she works with smarter outfits. She's the perfect size to fit everything in. And with regards to Mulberry's price points, I don't find them eye-watering compared to a lot of other brands. This would definitely be the bag that I prioritized over anything else. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a designer bag. It doesn't have to be a Mulberry handbag that you add into your capsule wardrobe. Instead, I just really want you to think about something that is so practical. Something that has a bit of versatility in it, that's a good size. I've worn this into London. It fits literally like a book in it and everything else that I need, but I've also been able to wear it more of like an evening look when I just want a little lipstick and my card wallet in there. It is just the perfect size, and I love the fact that it has the top handle as well as the crossbody. So when looking at your autumn handbag, just make sure that it has a little bit of versatility, that it's not going to mark or wear. The grainy leather works so well with this bag. I have bashed it about and you would never know. And just make sure, if you are adding a beautiful handbag into your autumn winter capsule wardrobe, it's considered, it's curated, and it's a handbag that is going to stand the test of time. Do you know what is so funny is that I actually thought this was going to be a really difficult video to do. I thought I was going to find it so hard to narrow down 12 items to have in my autumn winter capsule wardrobe. With how my wardrobe has evolved, how my style has changed, and how much I prioritize capsule dressing, I didn't find this hard at all. I found those 12 items so clear in my mind of what to add into my capsule wardrobe. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, have enjoyed learning a little bit more about creating basic but not boring capsule outfits for autumn winter. I will leave everything that I spoke about linked down below, along with some other variations and alternatives for you guys to shop if you are wanting to update your own capsule wardrobe for autumn winter. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, have learned a little bit more about your own style, your own wardrobe, and creating a more capsule collection. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.